I'm going to try and make a node graph for rooms and doors and such. See how it goes. So we start out with resource Wrangler empty. In fact, I might just make a new board. Okay. Now we don't have anything to put there right now, and I don't have an easy way to draw on the screen, so you'll just have to wing it. Let's go and find somewhere to write our code. So I'm just going to make a new folder and call it I'm so original. Demo. I want to start with a basic resource script, right? Which is, we're still going to write scripts. So I'm just going to inherit resource up here. We'll call it like an adventure house, a room, maybe a space, an adventure space, because then it could be outside or inside. Cool. So we run adventure space, extends a resource. I'm going to give it a class name. I'm going to call it adventure space. And what do you think our space actually is? That visible? Let's embiggen that. Yeah, maybe that's better. Okay. So we're writing a class file. I'll just write here. This is a class that is a resource. I'm going to give it some properties. So I'm going to say we'll export a variable called name, which will be a string. And we'll also export another variable called descript. Oh God, I'm lazy. Description. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's good enough for now, eh? No, don't need much more to describe a room. So let's save that. Yeah, as it happens, I have an icon ready for this. So I'm going to say, well, in my demo here, I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it resources. And inside resources, I'm going to drag some icons across. You can use them later on. So what is this one? This is a space. Well, we'll just use my room icon up here. So this is an icon. Thing I found the other day, which is cool, is you don't need to have a full path. So where I am, I want to go straight into the resources folder and pick up this file. So now, if I want to make a node of that resource, I can instance it just like this. And here we have that resource. And it's created for me let's get closer to it. It's created a resource file already with this randomized name. If you press info here, it tells you that it's in the automade directory. This is its node ID. That's specific to this node. This is its actual resource number. And the ref count is a bit bizarre. It goes up pretty fast. It just shows you how often these objects are referenced within Godot all over the show. These buttons, let's get rid of that one. This will take you to the doc file generated for this fella. I didn't write too many docs, but if you did the proper thing, like if you went over here and you said adventure space, gave it a title, skip a line, and then if you said like a name over here and description there, and if you press doc, then you'd see all of these help hints and what have you. So that's cool. This button will locate this resource in the file system. So if you press it, it says it's found it over here in this resources folder. I actually want it in this resources folder under demo, so I'm just going to drag it into demo. You'll see it's inside the resources folder. Okay, this will show you the code, so you can go and edit the code of your class. Now this will refresh. If you make some change in the code, you hit this and it updates itself, and that will close the node. And this is the actual resource itself coming out to go into some other resource. So yeah, we get a space over there. The neat thing about it is if we go to the right-hand side on the inspector, you can see whatever you click in the node group is available here. So let's call this outside. And you can see it's added the name outside there. And the description can be, we stand in a blasted waste. Oh my God, how do you spell wasteland? Wasteland? No, that's wrong. Waste, Lord, wasteland. If I save this now, this fellow is saved. The other interesting thing is if you locate the TBS file, if you right click on it here and you say open an external program. But you can see the basic stuff here. There's the resource, there's the script, it's pointing to this code here, which is pointing to our GD file we wrote, you see. There's the property name and what we typed, there's the property description and what we typed. So it's worth having a look at these things to get rid of the fear of them. All right, let's do, well, if we wanted to make another room, because this is an instance, and there he is over there, we could duplicate him. Right-click, say duplicate as unique. So this is another one, a different resource. Right now, I've got them saving automatically into this one place. So I'm going to do this manually every time. Drag him up there. So this one, we're going to call him, I suppose we've got to go through a door first, but let's call this the town square. I'll just change the description to in the castle. Getting lazier now. All right, so thanks for working. So you press the refresh and it refreshed. I don't know why that didn't happen. Anyway, so there's just some spaces, right? Let's make some doors. In order to make a door, we're going to have to make another resource file. So let's do that. I'm going to right click over here, new script. Sometimes I just say, let's call it ADV. I like to have a namespace, adventure door. No, hey, let's call them portals. Portal. Yeah. So we get create. If you double click it, you can see it extends node, which is no problem. We'll just change that to resource. Pop in a class name. I'm going to call this ADV portal. As it happens, I have an icon. Resources. Although it's a door. Where's the door? Here's the door. I wonder if I hold down like shift. No, if I hold down control, oh, it does that. All right, there's no fancy way to make an icon, apparently. Icon, and we can make it relative to that folder. And let's give it some properties. What would a door worry about? I don't know. Is it locked? What if the door could describe the rooms it's going to? Okay, that would make sense. And if the rooms were in an array of spaces, oh, okay, let's not call them rooms. Let's call them spaces. How cool is that? Yeah, we like it. All right. So let's pop a portal on this board. So there we go. Grab a portal. Bump. There we go. So now you can see this one's got an extra entry here. This represents the array of the resources, ADV space, you see, and it's currently empty. So actually, I'm just going to seek this one up and move them into my resources here. Okay, I'm going to hit Control S to save everything, and let's give this a name. I'll call this spaces and portals. So now we've got this board saved. You could press this button, take you to the boards folder, and then you can see the board is there. We could also drag this board up into our demo. So now the board is in a different place. This portal communicates between the outside. Let's maybe do it like this. So we'll put the outside into this portal. And it also communicates to the town square. Yeah, check it out. So The portal links the outside to the town square. And if you select the portal here, you'll see on the right-hand side, you can see the spaces indicated here as an array in the inspector. Let's say the portcullis is locked. Oh, we didn't give it a name. Let's give it a name. So we bounce back down. We just add a new property here. Export var name would be a string. And maybe also we need a description here. Description would be a string. And if you then come back to the node and you press the little refresh button, you can see on the right here it's updated all of that. So I'm going to call this portcullis, and I'm going to say imposing. All right. And you can see it's updated here to portcullis and so forth. So now, just as an example, if we look this file up and we right click and we say open, so now you can see the resource has a script, it's got a name, a description, it's locked, and the spaces is an array of the following type, which is our space resource. And here is the first external resource, and here is the second external resource. So this one, if you double click it, you can seek it here, and you can see it's this TRES file in our demo resources folder. And the other one is the other TRES file. So one of these is the outside, and the other one is the town square. It's kind of just the way resources work under the hood. So now you can imagine, let's say we're going to the castle, right? So another way to add nodes is you right click, search for ADV, adventure space. Here we go. So there's another adventure space. We're going to call this one the castle. And the castle probably needs a front door, right? So let's do that. Let's add an adventure pool. There we go. I'm going to call this one the castle. I don't know what they're called. Castle door. Big wood thing. And let's make it locked as well. All right, so the town square goes into the castle door, and the castle door goes into the, whoa, sorry. And yeah, arrays are funny because I can't really control the comings and goings of these noodles. So you can't drag out from an array. So you've got to drag in. So boom. So now the castle door will connect into the castle space. If you go to castle door, you'll see it connects to two spaces, the town square and the castle. And that's basically the flow of Resource Wrangler in this use case. All right.